All right, welcome YouTube peeps to Q33 Monday homework review for language. Label the parts of speech. Animals is a noun. I want to say poison is a noun. Venom is a noun. Themselves is a pronoun. Remember, pronouns take the place of nouns. Many is a adjective describing the animals. It tells you the quantity. Like if I say one dog, one would be an adjective. One dog is hairy. One is an adjective. One tells you how many dogs. There's the verb. Is a verb. All right, so many is an adjective describing how many. Use, verb. Themselves is a pronoun. All right, complete the sentence. Not all snakes have fangs, only venomous ones do. Sometimes you can answer grammar questions just by how it sounds. This is why it's important for you guys to do a lot of reading. Not all snakes have fangs, only venomous ones does. That should just sound funny to you. Only venomous ones does. How do you know it sounds funny? Because you do a lot of reading. Only venomous ones do. Sounds right. So you can just do the sound test. All right, Jason is concrete. Snakes are concrete. Fear and childhood are abstract. Fear and childhood are abstract. You can't use your five senses and interact with fear. Now, if somebody's shaking, that's like an example of that is, you can visually see fear now, but just fear itself, you cannot see. You cannot see fear itself. But if somebody is screaming or shaking, now they're visually showing fear. All right, you got the first word and the last word are always capitalized in a title. First word, last word. What else? You got verbs, adverbs, nouns, and adjectives are always capitalized, and words that are 5 letters or longer. And the do not meet any of the requirements for a capital letter in a title. So akimbo and snakes are the only 2 words that are capitalized. The harmless rat snake is often misidentified, or unidentified as a venomous cottonmouth due to similar looks. I think this is misidentified. How is it misidentified? People think that it looks like the cottonmouth snake. It's misidentified as something else. All right, let's see. It has to be in between K-E and K-O. Well, J, H-I-J-K, J is before K, so jump is not going to work. K-O is after E. K-O, okay, so far so good. But look at K-O-R is going to have to be after K-O-A. R is after A, so that's not going to work. K-I, I is after E and before O, so kick. This is kind of an old skill that kids probably don't need to use a whole lot anymore because we have mobile phones. But 10 years ago, we didn't even really have the internet. Didn't even have smart devices, barely even had the internet. So kids actually used dictionaries. All right, we're talking about quotation marks. Quotation marks is anytime somebody says something. You're going to want to write this down. This is actually on the test. Quotation marks you use when someone is speaking. We use quotation marks when someone is speaking. If you can use quotation marks in your writing, then you usually get bonus points. You'll get a better score if you can use quotation marks. My mom said, you're going to need to memorize these rules because on the test on Friday, you have to know where the comma goes. My mom said, comma, beginning quotation marks. If you notice, the period, that's called punctuation. The period goes inside of the quotation marks. You're going to need to know that for the test on Friday. The punctuation mark goes inside of the quotation marks. Where does it go? Someone raise their hand and tell me. Does it go inside or outside of the punctuation marks? Inside. Goes inside of the punctuation marks. So check out tonight's. I already brushed them, comma, I replied. Do you see how the comma goes inside of the quotation marks? Now, if the person didn't just reply, if they yelled, I already brushed them, I yelled, then it's no longer a comma. It's actually an exclamation mark. So it depends on what they're doing. If they yell, it's an exclamation mark. If they just talk normal, then it's a comma. A comma is kind of like a period. All right, hopefully that helps you with your language homework for Monday.